Anglers Extra.
We're back on the Anglers Extra pregame show. As always, time for the Manager's Show with John Schiffner.
Can we go inside?
Go inside.
Can we go inside?
I would love to, man.
I'm toast right now. It is hot, dumbass. Sorry, folks, that I am. I played golf this morning. Yes, what an idiot I am.
How is that playing out in the hot sun? For those of you who are listening, it is very hot outside.
We did tee time at 7:20, and by 7:45 it was just gross outside. It was awful. Fun time. Played with a Gold College buddy Mike Zipp and his young son Kevin, and a good friend of mine Dave Simmons from Harwich. We had fun, but it was a very difficult day of golf. Very difficult. We all played halfway decent, but especially Kevin. Kevin's 12 years old, and he played from the white tees, and he beat his dad 43-44 in the front nine. Really happy for him. But anyway, it's just gross. And you get here, it's no better. You know, it's... Anyway, let's move on. Go.
Yeah.
Go Anglers.
Yeah, hopefully it'll cool off before game time because I am heating up as well. But
forecast is like this for the rest of the week.
Yeah. I was looking at the 10-day, and it does not look great. So hopefully you guys can stay as hot as the weather. Another 3-game win streak for you guys. Last night, pretty crazy first few innings, but the bullpen was sensational towards the end of the game. How good is it for you as a manager to have a bullpen, not just a lot of different guys you can go, but everyone in your bullpen went multiple innings last night?
Well, we've said it for a while now. We think one of our real strengths is the bullpen. We've got lockdown guys. We've got middle guys. We just have it's a tough day. It's just a very strong bullpen. And the fact that we have confidence in every one of those guys, and it really shortens the game for the starter. You know, we can literally let a starter only go 4 or 5 innings. You know, we obviously try to get the starter the win, but if there's any trouble, let's unload the pen. I mean, it's impressive. And it's like I was telling people, we got guys throwing from unbelievable arm slots to, hard throwing lefties to soft throwing lefties to, guy from submarine, big time arms here. I mean, it's fun. It's fun to coach. It's fun to watch, but they're good. They have really made this very easy for us because they're, if they do get to one of our starters, well, now we have a chance to score because we know the bullpen's going to lock them up.
And you don't just really have one closer on this team either. You have 5 guys with saves. How important is that for you? Because when a team's down late in the game, they can't prepare for just one guy.
Exactly, and that's the nice thing. And we got guys from both sides. We have righties that can get lefties out. We got lefties that can get righties out. Litchfield is outstanding against righties because of his great changeup. Merton, for example, has got the power curveball that backdoors the lefty. I mean, it's, then you've got the lefties like Spear coming out. So this is really, it's so much fun. And we were telling, we had the nightly gathering at Shea Schiffner, the third base stop in on your way home. And, we're just sitting there talking. Alan Jagger was there and friends of mine, and we're just, and the coaches. And it's just been fun. It's just been so much fun to not only, win the games we're winning, but work with these kids. These kids are sponges. There is no question. Almost every guy to the man has gotten better since when he got here in June. And it's fantastic.
And you guys are finding different ways to win ball games. Just a night after you win a 2-1 game and a rain-shortened 7 innings, you win one 8-5. You talk about this team grinding, but it's not just one style of play that you guys are successful in. How great is that for you as a manager, knowing that no matter what type of game it is, you guys can always find a way to win?
We can do it. I mean, we've got, we have some guys who can hit the ball over the fence. That's not our strength, but we do have some guys who can hit over any fence in the league. So it's nice to know you got power in the middle of the lineup. But what we do is we execute and we situational hit. If you do those things well, you're going to win a lot of baseball games.
We're on the Manager's Show, sponsored by the Chatham Bakery on the Anglers Extra pregame show. I'm joined by John Schiffner. Well, Schiff, it seemed like only a year ago that we were talking about Matt Harvey getting called up to the big leagues, because it was, and we were just talking about him getting his feet wet, and now all of a sudden it's announced that he's the starter for the National League at Citi Field. And what does that mean to you?
You see, good for him. That's so cool. I've known Matt since he was a child. Could not be happier for his mom and dad or him. It's... how cool. That's about all I can say. I'm choked up. It's, we had a lot of talks that second summer he was here. He struggled here, and we had a lot of talks out in the boat. We had some talks just in the dugout, and, he figured it out. And couldn't be happier, just a great kid. We're glad the Anglers are on the hill in the All-Star game. That's cool.
It is. It's a pretty awesome thing indeed. How cool of a learning experience is it, too, that you can tell other guys, about Matt Harvey. 2 years, maybe didn't do so well here, but you always talk about becoming better, and he seems to be a perfect example of that.
Well, we'd say that, you're sized up and measured by the Cape Cod League. And, Matt had a reasonably good freshman year, but just did not perform up to what everyone's expectations were his sophomore year. And there was some, mental issue. I don't know, not psychological issues. He just had a lot of people pulling him in different directions, and he really was confused. He got back to school, figured it out, and just had a monster junior year, and it's been just, smooth sailing ever since, and this is the culmination of that, and now I just hope he just has a long and wonderful career.
We're all looking forward to that All-Star game at Citi Field. Well, moving back to today's game, you take on Brewster, first pitch at 7 p.m. You got a couple new guys in your lineup. You have Brett Phelan catching, hitting Ryan Phelan and Brett Bell. Yeah. See, I'm still getting to know these guys, so, oh, man.
One of the guys in the dugout go, "Hey, who's Bell?" I said, "Well, that's that guy that you were just talking to about 5 minutes. Oh, that's his last name." Yeah, they're in, Brett's from Texas Tech, and Ryan is from Fordham University. We felt we needed to strengthen up the outfield a little bit, and Brett really can do that. He's a true center fielder, can run very well. He had almost 40 stolen bases at school this spring. We think that's going to really help us out, moving, and defensively as well as offensively. And Ryan's just a true, catch and throw catcher. And you really need to have three nowadays, like this day. If you only have two catchers, you had to run through this stretch right now, one of those guys would be hurt or, in an ambulance. So he's going to help us shore up the catching and, another right-handed bat. So we're excited. We missed the guys that that aren't here, but, that's unfortunately the nature of the game. But, really excited these guys are here.
Yeah, I'm only in a shirt, and I can't imagine wearing catcher's gear in this.
Right. Yeah, it's just brutal. I mean, it's tough back there.
Absolutely. Well, thanks a lot for the time.
My pleasure. Thank you, Brandon.
That was the Manager's Show, sponsored by the Chatham Bakery. The Anglers Extra pregame show continues with Keith Zubrow.